Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. If you're new, please consider subscribing, and if you're not new, then thank you guys so much for coming back. I really appreciate your support. So in my last haul video, I did mention, if you watched that, I mentioned that there would be a part 2 because I did place a couple orders on Boxing Day, like while there was a sale. So I was waiting for some things to come in. So this is going to be my part 2. If you guys want to see all of the goodies that I picked up, then just keep on watching. So quick disclaimer, these are all pretty new. I've tested them maybe like once, but they haven't like had a full wear test. So this is like a first impression. I will have to update you guys. But yeah, so just keep that in mind. I was really excited. So I did kind of like test everything out, some of them at the same time. First up, I'm going to start with the cheapest thing. So this is by Police To Be, and this is called Camouflage Pink. I had honestly never heard of this brand. I got this one on FragranceNet while they were having a really good sale. And now it's really hard to find. It says limited edition on the bottom. So I don't know. I had never heard of this brand. I saw Chrissy P haul a different Police To Be fragrance, and when she showed the bottle, I know some people are going to think the bottle is like tacky, but it intrigued me. I kind of liked it. So this is what the bottle looks like. Honestly, I know some people aren't gonna like it, but I think it's kind of cool. It's kind of gaudy, but I have a feeling she's gonna live right here. But anyways, so like I said, Chrissy P hauled a different one, but kind of like piqued my interest, I guess you could say. And then I kind of went and looked up Police To Be, and when I saw this one, I'm gonna read you the notes, because when I saw this one and I looked up the notes, I was like, the notes, it has mango, mandarin orange, green apple, bergamot, grapefruit, orange blossom, jasmine, cyclamen, rose, milk, hazelnut, vanilla, patchouli, heliotrope, tonka bean, and cedar. What? Those all of those called to me. I was like, what? And oh, I don't think I said, but this thing is, how much mil? This is 125 mil. So that's good, honestly. And this was $25 Canadian. That is so cheap for this bottle. I just sprayed it on here. Oh, this to me, honestly, I was really surprised. I got this one in the evening, and when I first got it, I sprayed it on me, and I would say up until I took a shower, maybe I had it on for 4 hours, and that entire 4 hours, I could smell it. It would have lasted longer, but obviously I got it in the evening, and as I was going to bed, I showered it off. But it would last longer than that, and for $25, like, I couldn't believe it. This smells, honestly, a lot more expensive than what it is. Like I said, the notes in that kind of spoke to me, especially like the milk, the hazelnut. It has heliotrope, which I like. It has tonka bean, everything. And the mango in there kind of was like, what? Mixing mango with all those kind of like creamy notes, but it's delicious. The opening, you do get that fruitiness. And then as it dries down, I feel like I get the mango in the beginning, especially on my paper. I didn't pick it up as much on my skin, but you do get that fruitiness in the opening. And then as it dries down, you get this kind of creamy, it's like a fluffy texture, but you get like this creaminess. Creamy and a little bit powdery, because the heliotrope and the tonka bean make it slightly powdery, right? Think of like a fluffy, it's like a fluffy texture, but mixed with the little bit of floral notes in there, make it like super feminine. It smells like a little bit soft, feminine. It smells delicious. Honestly, this smells more expensive than what it is. I feel like this is very, I feel like it's a safe blend. No, let me not say that, because it is sweet. It's sweet, but it's not cloyingly sweet, because I feel like the floral in there and that little bit of fruitiness keep it from being like overly sweet. But it's so good. I feel like this is like a people pleaser. I don't know. I'm not going to tell you it's like mind-blowing. It's not earth-shattering. It's not like, you know, I'm obsessed with it, but it's very surprising, especially for the price. I didn't know what to expect. I'm not gonna lie, like I said, I saw Chrissy P haul it, and I more so was intrigued by the bottle and the price. It was $25. But it does smell very feminine. It smells so, it smells feminine, but sweet and a little bit creamy. Creamy, sweet, and floral. But not overly floral, because you guys know I don't like floral perfumes. But yeah, it does smell really good. It shocked me. I'm not going to lie to you. I was surprised by like the quality of this. It smells more expensive. The notes, some of the notes reminded me a little bit of, and the scent in general reminded me of something, and then I figured it out. It reminds me a little bit of Diesel Loverdose Red Kiss. It's in a heart-shaped bottle. I own both of them, but the Diesel one is a lot more stronger. It's a lot heavier, a little bit darker. This one is kind of like a toned down, more feminine and a little bit more creamy version of Diesel Loverdose. The scent, I feel like Diesel Loverdose is a stronger nighttime version of this. But yeah, overall, first impression, I'm really happy with that. Okay, so next up, I picked up Scandal by Night by Jean Paul Gaultier. I recently decluttered the original of this, and that's strictly because the original, to me, when I first got it, I used it as like a going out, like clubbing scent, and on me, it was just like a honey bomb. All I got was honey and maybe some patchouli, but it was like syrupy sweet, super linear, and I don't really go clubbing anymore. I might go out in the evening, like for dinner, or like I go out in the evening, but I don't necessarily go clubbing anymore, so I just feel like I outgrew the original. And then I heard Rebecca Collazo talk about Scandal by Night in her yearly favorites, and the way she described it as like honey dipped cherry, and she said it was like buttery. The texture of this was buttery, which I never would have thought to describe it like that, but she nailed it. It is. So this is what it looks like. The bottle looks the same, except I think it has like an ombre, or maybe it's just the juice. I feel like the bottle's ombre, and it's kind of like a cherry liqueur kind of juice looking thing. But anyways, this smell, I'm so glad. I was scared to try this because I had to blind buy it, obviously, but the way she described it, like it was like add to cart right away. So this smells delicious. The opening of this, I will tell you, the opening, it came with this in the box, so I'm just going to spray it on here. The opening of this, I personally love, but the opening is the loudest part of this. Oh, the opening, she's right. You get that, you get the cherry in this. The cherry is delicious, and it is like a cherry dipped in honey, or almost like a cherry syrup, like what you would use to make like a Shirley Temple kind of thing, that kind of like cherry syrup, because the honey makes the cherry a little bit syrupy. But the cherry's there. The cherry makes this delicious. It's a little bit tart, which I love, mixed with the sweetness of that cherry, like the honeyed cherry, syrupy cherry, if you will, like a Shirley Temple. I don't know why I smell this and think of like the liquid that you use to make a Shirley Temple. Oh, I love the cherry. The cherry in this is delicious, especially in the opening. I love the opening. But the opening is the loudest part, okay? So don't be scared by that. If you think the opening is too loud and it's too heavy, it settles down. And like she said, Rebecca said this is like, it has a buttery texture, and it does. I never would have thought to use that word, but she nailed it. Yes, it has a buttery texture. The tuberose, oh my God, this is addicting. This is so sexy, so addicting, so edible. I would wear this in the evening. I would wear this to go out. Okay, so when it dries down, though, you do get the tuberose, and the tuberose mixed with the cherry, mixed with that honey. I don't know what else is in here. This is like a first impression kind of thing, but I have worn this. The tuberose in this is buttery. How? I don't know. It's like a soft, sort of, I would have said creamy, but I know creamy, people think lactonic. It's not lactonic, but it is. It's like butter. It's smooth. It's buttery. It's delicious. It's grown sexy. The cherry mixed with that buttery tuberose. I'm discovering that I like tuberose, okay? Rose might not be my friend, but tuberose is my friend. So far, I'm really happy I picked this up. And honestly, I had been wanting it for a while, but it was super hard to find. So I kind of just gave up, and it just like slipped my mind until I heard her talk about this in her yearly favorites. And I'm not gonna lie, the cherry, yes, I love cherry and scents in general, but the second she said buttery, I don't know why, my little chubby self was like, yes, add to cart. And I'm so glad I did because it is delicious. So the opening is loud, it's syrupy, it's kind of thick, but then as it dries down, you do get that sweetness mixed with the tuberose. It's like a buttery floral. So the tuberose makes it floral, but it's soft and sweet and it's delicious. It's not overly floral, okay? But I do smell the tuberose, but I'm not mad at it. It's like a creamy, buttery tuber. It's delicious. And it's addicting. It is addicting. That's grown sexy, okay? Next up, this one comes in a box like this because I did order the tester because, to be honest with you, if I could save some money, I don't really care if it's the tester or not. Like, it's just a box. And this is Poison Girl EDP. So if you guys saw, I did a collab with Fragrance Net, and they actually gifted me Poison Girl EDT. And I wasn't sure, honestly, which one to get, but they gifted me the Poison Girl EDT, and I loved the scent so much. Like, I have been reaching for that a lot. I've been wearing it a lot, and I love the smell, so I decided to get the EDP. The juice is just a little darker. The bottle is pretty much the same. This is the tester bottle, but it looks the same. But the juice is so dark that you can't really see the writing. But, like, honestly, could you guys see the writing? The writing's on there, I promise. But the juice is just, oh, see? The juice is just really dark. But anyways, I decided to get this because I was loving the EDT version so much. I'm not going to talk about this too much because I actually decided I'm going to do a video comparing the two. But yes, so I'm going to wait and do that video. But I got that because I was loving the EDT so much. And I decided to save some money while it was on sale. And also I got the tester, which was score. Okay, and last but not least, I did end up ordering 2 fragrances from Dior fragrances. So I've heard, this is a clone house, I've heard a lot about them, and actually a lot of you guys told me when you saw my video on Dapper, you guys told me that if I like Dapper, I should try Dior because they're better. A lot of people told me that I would love it. So I decided to pick up 2. I'm not gonna lie, I picked them up because I think they were having like a 35% like off, like discount. So I picked them up. I wasn't sure what to get, but I decided to go with like 2 kind of gourmand scents. Of course I would. However, I'm not gonna lie to you guys, Dior is pretty expensive, you know. What I like about Dapper is that Dapper offers smaller sizes, so you can try it without buying like a full size. These are extrait de parfum though, which means they're supposed to be like stronger, more concentrated, and last longer, I'm pretty sure. But even still, for these 30 ml bottles, I think they're like $60 US, which is, that's a lot, okay? That's a lot. I'm not gonna lie to you, especially for like a clone house. I feel like you could get like designer perfumes for cheaper than that. But anyways, I picked up Belgian chocolate truffle. No, Belgian Choco Truffle. It's an original blend by them. This is what she looks like. I've been on the hunt for like my perfect chocolate scent. And I'm not gonna lie to you, this does smell really good. When I first sprayed this, I wasn't sure. This smells like straight up chocolate. It smells like, to me, in the opening, it smells like a mixture between dark chocolate and milk chocolate, or like a semi-sweet chocolate, if you will. As it dries down though, it does dry down to like milk chocolate, sort of like a powdery milk chocolate. I feel like there's a little bit of spiciness to it, but not too much spiciness, but it dries down to a powdery milk chocolate. It almost reminds me of the chocolate that's in Hugo Boss The Scent Private Accord, but that one's mixed with orange, obviously. But as it dries down to a milk chocolate. This one's not as milk chocolate, like as powdery as that. I feel like it's a perfect blend. It is delicious. When I first sprayed this, I wasn't sure if I would wear it on its own because it smells like straight up chocolate, which is actually delicious. It smells so good. Yeah, the more I wear this, the more I like this. So I was scared. I wasn't sure if I would wear it on its own, but I ended up wearing it on its own, like just to test it for longevity and that. And I liked it on its own too. The longer it sat, I liked it more. And it did dry down to a little bit powdery, but not too powdery, not as powdery as the chocolate that's in Hugo Boss The Scent Private Accord. But it still smells, this smells delicious. I feel like I will wear this on its own, or I will also mix this with a lot of my perfumes. I feel like when I want something a little bit more gourmand, not grown up. When I want something a little bit more edible, and delicious, this does smell so good. So I am really happy with this. And then the second one I picked up was called Tartness of Vanilla. This is what this one looks like. So this is a vanilla lemon gourmand scent. So I don't know why I didn't know. I knew I wanted a chocolate and I knew I wanted a vanilla because I love vanilla in perfumes in general, and I've been looking for a chocolate. So that's a winner. Okay, I love that. And then this one, I wasn't sure they had so many different vanillas to choose from, and like I said, I kind of went in there blind and I didn't know. So I got this one. This one also smells delicious, but like the name says, this has a tartness to it. So this is like a really cakey vanilla, very sweet, cakey, thick vanilla, almost so like a vanilla cake, but the top has lemon frosting, and the lemon frosting isn't overly sweet though. It's a little bit of like it's tart. There's a tartness to the lemon. The lemon stays kind of zesty, and I want to say like a little bit bitter. There's a little bit of like a bitterness to this for me, mixed with that thick vanilla cake. It does smell delicious. It doesn't smell like what I thought it was going to be. And the lemon in this, there's a little bit of a sharpness to it. The vanilla in this is delicious, but it's the lemon in this that I don't know about, because the lemon in this is a little bit sharp and bitter. I don't know why. It's almost like a lemon zest maybe, like the lemon peel, as opposed to like the lemon juice itself, if you know what I'm talking about. It almost gets that little bit of bitterness from like the lemon peel, like the zest. So it's not, it is delicious. It's good. However, I feel like, I'm not going to reach for it, but I feel like I don't need 2 lemon gourmands. And if you guys know, I've talked about the Zara perfume called, I think it's called a Sweet Pastry in Paris. That is a lemon gourmand, and that lasts a really long time. That projects. It's super cheap. It's on sale right now, the Zara one. I feel like I don't need 2 lemon gourmands, so if I was going to get one, I would get the Zara one, because the lemon in that is like a lemon curd. It's like a creamy lemon, which I love. This one's more of like a tart, almost like bitter lemon mixed with the super cakey vanilla. And this one is a lot more expensive. So I feel like it's just preference. Do you like something that has a little bit of like bitterness, a little bit more tartness? Then this one. But do you like something that's equally as delicious, maybe more delicious for cheaper? Then go with the Zara one. The Zara one, actually, most Zara perfumes don't last, but that one lasts like a beast. So no problems. I'm not saying I regret it. I'm just saying, like, for the price, like, to compare, I don't need 2 lemon gourmands, and I prefer the Zara one. This is a first impression still, because this is very new. Very new. I haven't really tested this one. But yeah, the lemon in there is just a little bit different. It still smells delicious. It does. I'm not going to lie to you. The vanilla in this is super edible, super thick and delicious. But for the price, I will say, because it is pretty expensive for this little bottle. So, I don't know. Anyways, I hope you guys liked this video. If you did, be sure to give me a thumbs up. Don't forget to subscribe, and I'll see you guys in the next one.